Probably I will just give a rundown of the program guide, how we intend to go through as we continue with this first in-house training. And we apologize for the time. We are working with the GPU and other partners who were expecting us to be comments earlier than we are doing. So in the program guide, you have a welcome remark from the Alkamba Times editor-in-chief and founder, saying, I will read the statement on his behalf. And a statement from the Gambia Press Union president, which will be heavily done by the Secretary General. The president actually was here earlier. We policy so we decided to go and get some medication. Immediately from that statement of the Secretary General, we will have a good picture. Then we will move forward to the training to be conducted by our consulting editor, Mr. Ali Sinyam, on ethical journalism and reporting. After that one, we'll have a quick break. From the people who serve us. For the first time, we will have advanced reporting and fact-checking assessment with Mr. Ibrahim Jata, who is the managing editor from the Gambia Press, from the Gambia Radio and Television Services. After Jata's presentation, there will be another interesting area to look at, which is storytelling and digital journalism, to be guided and presented by Mr. Pamela Kokona. And Sekuswara Jabai will also pass by to assist him, because we want to feel that outside or audience-based perspective, how Alkamba will be able to better do this thing and to adequately accommodate to new perspective in our learning journey. Then we'll also have a website management story uploading, presented by our able IT manager, IT and digital manager, as a risk manager. Then finally, we will go into drafting or developing an in-house editorial policy. You know, for the past years, most of us have been working virtually, and our interaction physically is very limited. So it's good that we craft or commit ourselves to in-house rules that we will be in tandem with what the Gambia Press Union is doing and in international journalism laws, so that we will not fault when the editor gives a story for 1 month or 2 weeks. You will understand the reason why we're doing it. It's not that we lazy or we don't want to complete the story, but because we don't want to compromise the benchmark or the international standards of whatever. I know this has been repeated and editors we can bear with you. Sometimes we will debate ourselves among ourselves because it's suddenly important. We say this sometimes we are not going to focus for the good of the customer. Today I'm an Alkamba, tomorrow I can leave. But the brand has to continue. We need to understand. Thank you very much, Mr. Pomana, for joining us. Colleagues, editors, and invited guests, I would respectfully take the time to read verbatim statement from our founder and editor-in-chief, speech by Saint M.K. Marina, founder and editor-in-chief of the Alkamba Times, date July 12th, 2025. Says, good morning, distinguished colleagues, facilitators, and just with immense pride and depth of sense of purpose, I stand before you today as the founder and editor-in-chief of the Alkamba Times, welcoming you to our first ever in-house media training. This day marks a pivotal moment in our journey as a newsroom, a day dedicated to sharpening our skills, reaffirming our commitment to ethical journalism, and laying the foundation for a legacy of trust, integrity, and excellence. For every journalist, editor, photographer, and staff here, we thank you for the dedication of making this moment possible. Your presence signifies our collective resolve to elevate the Alkamba Times to a new heights. When I, that said, founded the Alkamba Times, my vision was clear: to create a platform that informs, inspires, and empowers our community through truthfulness, balance, and impactful storytelling. In a world where misinformation spreads faster than facts and truth in the media is constantly tested, we have a sacred responsibility as journalists to uphold the highest standard of professionalism and ethics. Of course, today's training team, empowering ethical journalism, is not by any means a workshop. It is a call to action, a call to recommit ourselves to the principles that define our craft and to strengthen our role as the concern of society. Journalism is more than a profession. It is indeed a calling. Each of you in this gathering from the newsroom has chosen to be advocate of this responsibility. You are the storyteller who amplifies the voiceless. You are the investigator who uncovers the truth and the watchdog who holds power to account. But with this power comes with an obligation to apply it with responsibility, integrity, fairness, and courage. As we are here to hone the skills that will enable us to fulfill this obligation excellently, we are here to learn, reflect, and build a newsroom culture that is rooted in ethical journalism to our leadership, communities, and nations that trust us most. Let me remind you that why our work matters in the Gambia, a nation where a vibrant, a nation that is vibrant yet fragile, democratic journey, the media is the heartbeat of accountability. We are the bridge between people and institutions that shape their lives. Every story we publish, every headline we craft, and every image we share has the power to inform decisions, spark courage, and drive change. However, this power is only meaningful if exercised with professionalism and ethics. A single lapse in judgment, a raw story or unverified source, or a biased angle can erode the trust we have worked so hard to build. And that is why today's training is not an option. We put it as a mandatory upon each Alkamba Times reporter. That is why even the global teams from different continents, they are all joining this training for us to know how to be in the same wavelength as we want to progress with as they want to progress with the team. It is an investment in ourselves, our leaders, and the future of journalism in the Gambia. As we embark on this training, please embrace the core principles guiding our work at the Alkamba Times. That is accuracy, fairness, independence, and accountability. Of course, accuracy is the foundation of credibility. A factual error can undermine a story, so we must relentlessly pursue the truth. But second is not close with a commitment to our readers. Fairness demands that we give voice to all the sides, even when it's uncomfortable or inconvenient. It means listening to the marginalized, questioning external pressures, whether from politics, business, or personal biases. We must report without fear or favor, guide to be guided by only the pursuit of truth, and accountability reminds us that we are not above scrutiny. When we err, we must make our own mistakes, correct them promptly, and learn from them. As today's agenda is designed to build you with the tool to embody these principles rather, we will delve into ethical journalism, examining how we navigate dilemmas as conflict of interest and sensationalism. We will sharpen our fact-checking skills, learn to use digital tools to verify information in a fast-paced news cycle. We'll also explore storytelling techniques that captivate and engage our audience across print and digital platforms. Most importantly, we will work to develop an in-house editorial policy for a living document that will codify our values and guide our decisions as a news. This policy will serve as a guiding principle, ensuring that each story we publish, the integrity and professionalism stand for test of time. I want to speak directly to each of the reporters, editors, photographers, and digital content creators. You are the heartbeat of the Alkamba Times. Your passion, curiosity, and dedication to truth are what makes a newsroom exceptional. But excellence is not a destination, it is a journey. The media landscape is evolving rapidly, presenting new challenges such as misinformation, digital disruption, and increasingly shorting attention span. You must be along with learners to stay ahead, always seeking to improve our craft. The training, of course, will serve as another opportunity for us to guide, to challenge ourselves, to ask questions, and to emerge as better journalists. The Gambian media environment today is charged with challenges. Press freedom, though hard won, is not guaranteed. Economic pressure, political influences, and public skepticism continue to test our resilience. Yet, these challenges are precisely why our work is so important. By committing to ethical journalism, we have to strengthen the Alkama and contribute to a stronger footing, more accountable media ecosystem in the Gambia. We have the power to set an example to show that ethical journalism can be forced to do a beacon of truth in a world of clouded by noise. The facilitators, we thank you for sharing your expertise and guiding us through this transformative day. To our partners, the Gambia Press Union, we extend our gratitude for your support of this training and all the logistical arrangements and the guidance you provided. To our special guest, Ms. Aisa Keta, President of Gambia Press Union, Secretary General of Gambia Press Union, Northwest, your presence has inspired us to strive for excellence and remind of our broader mission as a media community. As I close, let me leave you with this thought. Journalism is not just about reporting the news, it is about shaping the narrative of our time. When you write story, you use a photo you capture. Every headline you craft is a piece of history. Let us write that history with professionalism, ethics, and unwavering commitment to the truth. Let us make the Alkamba Times synonymous with truth, integrity, and impact. Today is not just a training like we emphasized earlier, but a stepping stone toward the vision. Let us seize this opportunity to learn, to become and live here make a difference. Thank you so very much for your time. On that note, we will welcome a statement from the Gambia Press Union to be made by the Secretary General so that.
Thank you very much. Mr. Bale, good morning. Mr. Tanya, Mr. Yam, opener, Amara, and Ghana. The Ghana President is pleased to be associated with this training because capacity building is part of the key mandates of the Gambia Press Union. And we take this very seriously. And we believe that when journalists um, to their capacity is built, they will have the necessary knowledge and skills, to not only improve their living conditions, but also the level of professionalism that we have in the Gambia. And that is why if you look at the activities of the Gambia Press Union, apart from its foremost mandate of promoting the welfare of journalists in various media houses, um, most of the things that we do revolve around training journalists on the various journalism things. And this because we have an objective to ensure the level of professionalism within the Gambian media industry. And for this reason, we want to commend the Alkamba Times, and its founder and all its staff and reporters for coming up with this initiative of an in-house training. Um, it is important that media organizations invest their resources in the capacity of their staff, um, invest in their development, to ensure that they could reap the rewards of the outputs that would come from the investment that they have done for their staff. The better your staff are trained, the better they will deliver in terms of news, in terms of professionalism, and in terms of recognition, and not only within the country, but also outside the country. And every media house should do this. In-house trainings, which should be very much regular. At least this could be done monthly on a small scale, even if it's going to be virtual. Journalists everywhere, even the most advanced media organizations, they hold in-house trainings regularly. Regularly. I work with Bloomberg, and regardless of what the state is doing, whether you are the editor or reporter or just we all meet in the virtual in monthly, do this better care. It's the same thing that we've been told in the previous previous story, but it's important that we continue reminding ourselves of our obligations, especially when it has to do with ethical journalism. But also continue building our skills in terms of writing, our storytelling. And this training is particularly important, especially for the aspect of ethics that have been mentioned, and the idea to develop an editorial policy. We understand some media houses in Gambia still do not have editorial policies, that guides their operations, and that is something that the government is working towards. That concrete evidence and the new work as part of their priorities. Some of the ideas that we put forward is to how the media organizations develop editorial policies. And what is important, that's what guides the media, its agenda, its focus. Without an editorial policy, there can't be focus, there can't be an agenda, and you really can't shape public opinion, but also you really can't uh, monitor or tell your reporters or staff that these are our standards, these are our guidelines. Without the guidelines, we don't have standards. And that's why it's really important and commendable that Alkamba will be developing an editorial guideline as part of this training. And also just recognize the resource classes that these are eminent people and um, very well recognized professionals in the Gambian youth who will deliver out of the expertise. We appreciate this partnership, and just to say that the Gambian people fully support this idea. And we will use this opportunity to encourage other media houses in the Gambia to also invest in in-house training. and do it more regularly. If it can't be monthly, at least on a quarterly basis, every 3 months, we gather. Every other staff, but for if they want something that is cost effective, at least it's also possible to do it online, and also if there is no and there is even when there is not an in-house capacity. So, this is what I would like to tell you.
Thank you very much, Secretary General, Moses, for that was clear and straightforward statement. We fully acknowledge the Alkamba and what area of this can be on 50 years of in-house standard that will guide the operation of the work. As I speak from the document that which will take us to a photo session. I know Baran, yes, are you able to have a group picture? Yeah. Okay. Do you need to take your time? Yes.
No, but if you want to, you
Go.
why don't you stand there?
But the light, wow. Yeah, I think we can take it. Yeah. I think we will take it just now. Yeah, we'll stand at the one of those. You do not. But I just got them right to take it so that we will not do it. When you come to India, Madam, where I come from, then we can comment with Mr. Singhal. No. But maybe you can start something before breakfast. If you don't know what time. No. Breakfast will be yeah, let's see what the person gets. Yeah. All right. We are going on to photo session, but we'll be back soon. Yes, yes.